Hello, viewer. Welcome to a Bazaar video. Certainly no one's ever made that joke before. So, I've been playing this game a lot casually, and because of that, my YouTuber side of my brain has been like, hey, I should turn my hobby into content. So, I figured why not? If you're unfamiliar with this game, I'll try to give a crash course on mechanics. It's fairly intuitive. You can glean a lot just by watching someone play it. If you are someone who plays a Bazaar or watches a Bazaar, just know I am not. I'm not an expert. I'm okay. You can see I'm gold 5. I'm okay at the video game. So, if you're looking for an expert, look somewhere else, I suppose. I just like playing the video game. So, that's why I clicked the play button. So there's a bunch of different characters. There's Vanessa, Pygmalion, Dooley. I've been liking Mak a lot. I didn't have to buy him, thankfully, because this game went through like a dozen different business models, and I got Mak when you could get him for free, essentially. But I've been really vibing with his mechanics since I've returned to the game recently. They've changed a lot, and he's just really fun to play. And like, I need cosmetics. Got like a theme with my cosmetics, because, you know, it's Mak. He's all about green. So it makes sense to have all of that. So let me put this one on. It's more green. Therefore, I will be more successful. So I'm going to play ranked just because, as far as I'm aware, there's not really any reason to not play ranked, because I don't think you can degrade your rank. I don't know. Maybe like people try harder in ranked and like force the meta or whatever. I don't know anything about the meta. Like I said, I just play the game. And as far as I'm concerned, I get more treasure chests when I play ranked, so I just play ranked. So, let's go. Right, so for the uninitiated, this game is a genre called an auto-battler, I believe. It's divvied up into days and hours. Right now we're on hour 0 of day 1. Each hour is a different encounter. And an encounter is essentially what we're looking at right here, these 3 choices. Got JJ, who sells items, jungle ruins, find abandoned ruins in the jungle. There's more options after that. Or borrow, lose 1 income and gain 9 gold. I guess I should mention that. So we have income and we have gold. Gold is what you'd expect it to be in a video game. Income is an amount of gold that we are given at the end of each day, or at the start of every new day. It's not really much of a distinction, but you know what I'm saying. So as far as my first choice goes, I think it's worth checking out JJ. The Jungle Ruins is tempting, but it's nice to start with a shop. I'd like a more specific shop like Andy or Middle, but JJ's okay.
Come on in. Let's chat.
Okay, so got the Thurible, burn 5, gain 1 region. Sands of Time, slow 1 item for 1 second. Eternal Torch, burn 2, and it has this, what's called a quest condition, which is an extra ability unlocked once we meet special conditions. In this case, buy 6 burn items, which I may be tempted to do, so I think I'll pick up this.
I get it. You're busy. Enjoy your purchase.
Thank you. And Thurible.
Now, if that doesn't work out for you, come back for a refund.
So I've had a lot of success with regen-focused builds with Mak, but could just go all out and burn things up. I'll explain combat once we get to that, but for now, I guess I'll tell you something about this game that I don't think you see many people really take notice of, but you can actually like talk to the little NPCs here if you click on them.
Do you have a question? About me, perhaps?
Yeah, this game is it's a very nice audio-visual experience. Like, a lot of nice arts, and, like, actually really fantastic voice acting and voice direction. Like, the characters are all, like, very fun to listen to, and they got some good lines in there. You can even have Mak say something about himself.
I was born into a line of master alchemists. But I was a foolish youth.
Right, so I think we'll re-roll JJ Supply, see what else he can offer us. It costs money to re-roll, but it's worth the investment, usually. Okay, so we have candles. When you use a small item, charge this 2 seconds. This goes off every 9 seconds. The Venomander, poison 2 and gain 1 regen. Retort, when you transform a reagent, this permanently gains +3 poison. At the start of each day, spend 2 gold to get a chunk of lead. So that's a lot of information, but like we'll just stick to it for simple for now. We'll just bring stuff up when it comes up, but we'll take the Venomander.
So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Regen, I find, with Mak in particular, since it's like one of his main mechanics, is very powerful early on, because you tend to just be able to just outlast fights, really. I'm just realizing maybe I should have bought those candles, because that would have progressed the quest on the Eternal Torch here to buy 6 burn items, but oh well. So we have Elea sells weapons, the Lost Crate, and the Medicine Cabinet. Get a small heal or regen item. Well, our board's full for now, but we could check the Medicine Cabinet, because I do really like regen items. The Black Rose. Gain 1 regen for the fight. When you poison, this gains +1 regen. This can get out of hand if I can, like, get the items to support it, but for now, it's worth keeping around. Okay, so here is our first fight. As I mentioned, this game is an auto-battler, and as you've probably seen already, each item has timers. So this will go off every 6 seconds. It will apply 2 poison, and they'll gain a regen. This will burn 5, and gain 1 regen. This will burn 2 every 5 seconds, which is actually pretty bad. I really want to get that quest unlocked. But yeah, everything's automatic. It's essentially like, I guess you could think of it like a puzzle game, where you're just trying to assemble a collection of items to build an efficient engine that's either sustains you or defeats your enemy, or does both. Usually both is better. So we get a choice of opponents: the Fanged Inglet, the Viper, and the Haunted Kimono. I think we're going to go for the Viper. I don't think any of these things can kill me, but the Viper has things that would support my vision for the future. Basically, anything the Viper has here is something we can potentially get from defeating them in combat. You're looking at this and thinking like, oh, this is kind of slow. Believe me, it gets much wilder later on, believe me.
Not all my subjects survive my experiments.
Right? Mak's a little insane, but I guess that comes with being a quasi-immortal. So let's see what we get from winning this fight. Ooh, the skill. Lash out. At the start of each fight, poison 3. It's not nothing, and early on, it's pretty useful, actually. It really lets us get the go-ahead on our opponents. Right. So, Cinder Chase. Gets cinders, adds burn to one of our items, which is not worthless. The Tiny Furry Monster, a cute but mysterious creature, or Herma, sells heal and regen items. Not really sure what to go for here. Furry Monster and Cinders provide some guaranteed benefit, but I really would like to just see what Herma would have to offer me. Because again, I just really like regen as a mechanic.
Got any new playlists for me? Feel the tunes, heal the wounds.
Okay, so she has a Venomander, so we can upgrade this to reduce its cooldown, which is nice.
The more you get hurt, the more we can hang out.
The Black Rose, gain 1 regen for the fight. Increase that to 2 regen.
Why do my people live in forests? The cities where the wounds are.
And the Quillen Ink, a new item. Poison 1, gain 1 regen for the fight. Multicast 2. So that doesn't really... Well, actually, that combos very nicely with the Black Rose, because when we poison, regardless of how much it is, this gains extra regen, so that helps just further increase the amount of regen we're generating, and if the game's starting to click, you can see what's going on here.
Try not to almost die every day.
Alright, so I think after this encounter, I'm going to level up.
Another step forward on my path.
And the first few times you level up, you get more board space, so now we can actually put both the Quill and the Black Rose on here. So you can see we got a lot of regen generation, especially with this Black Rose Quill and Ink combo. And as for the level up itself, we also get the options that change every level, but for Pip, gain 2 gold, and we can learn a bronze tier skill. Shiny, choose an enchanted small bronze tier item. With Mak, I really like Shiny, just because he has a lot of small items that are just good on their own, but can go really wild with the right enchantment. So I'm going to go for Shiny. Unfortunately, these are not the best items I could possibly find. Heavy Fire Potion, burn 6, slow for 3. That slow is coming from the heavy enchantment. The Deadly Letter Opener. Deal 10 damage. This loses 25% crit chance every time it goes off, but it starts with 100% crit chance. Sorry. I just had a chicken sandwich and I'm still dealing with the after effects of that. But since it's deadly, it deals double crit damage. So this would deal 40 damage, I think? That's interesting. That is interesting. Let's see, the Restorative Barbed Claws. Deal 5 damage, heal equal to this item's damage, plus multicast for each poisoned player. Mak actually has a very good build that involves around him poisoning himself, but I don't think I've ever seen this really fall into that category of, like, what is he'd be looking for in that build. But the Deadly Letter Opener is interesting, because that's a decent bit of burst damage. However, the Quill and Ink, this only gets the multicast if I don't have a weapon. So that's an interesting trade. Let's give it a
I'm
shot.
gonna rub this stuff on you. Don't make it weird.
Alright, so middle. Sells medium items. Strange Mushroom. Find a Strange Mushroom. Or Candy Stash. Just get a few bronze tier chocolate bars. So, I would like to go to middle because, like Mak's small items, he has a lot of really good medium items. The game nearly lost connection there for a second, apparently, but thankfully it resolved itself. Yeah, a lot of good medium items. However, I am very short on gold at the moment, so I don't think that will be an option. Getting some extra health, which is what these chocolate bars would do, would be a nice idea, considering I have a heavy focus on regen at the moment. Like, regen's better when you have more health to regen up to. So, a Strange Mushroom has multiple options, one of them being a bit of extra gold, but in general, I like to win early, because the earlier you win, the less days you have to complete. So, yeah, that's good, because the later days just get absolutely insane. So, I think we're going to go for the chocolate bars. That is perhaps the wrong decision, but we'll never know. But do I want the Deadly Letter Opener? I mean, this thing just kind of sucks, right? This just isn't doing much. It's 2 burn every 5 seconds. This is 5 burn every 6 seconds, plus regen, so I think we bring this out and just take the loss on the multicast. Because the letter opener will at least be some bursts, so maybe we can kill Dooley here. Introvitus, rather, before he gets too uppity. Let's go. Just to be specific, this encounter here, this is actually another player's build. It's not in real time, it's asynchronous, so this is just like a copy of where this player was at the same moment in the day cycles. So, yeah.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you. People are a pattern.
He's only bronze rank. Why is he going up against me? Okay, you have armor, so I'm glad I have poison. Poison goes under armor. That's that yellow number on his health bar there. Unfortunately for you, I don't think you're going to be able to kill me. You simply do not do enough damage to outpace my regen, which is only getting higher thanks to Black Rose's built-in scaling mechanic. Although, with the sandstorm coming in, yeah, he might... It'll be close. Okay. Right, so my real-time commentary wasn't the best there, but just to explain what happened there. He was generating a lot of shield. Now that's fine, because most of my damage is poison, and as I said, poison goes under shield. However, he was generating so much shield that it was protecting him from what just came in there, the sandstorm. It's kind of the timeout mechanic in the fights to kind of put a hard limit on how long the fight can go on. And what that does is it just starts damaging you constantly. But the sandstorm damages the shield first, so there was a chance he could have beat me there if he had just generated enough shield so that I would die to the sandstorm before he did. Because I honestly wasn't putting out much poison myself. I think what, I just had like 19 poison on him? Yeah, that's not very much. Especially since he had 5 regen, so it was effectively like 13. But we won, and that's what matters. Ironically, the pen might have actually helped me a lot there to get that early burst in. Alright, a new day. We got 7 gold because that's our income, so now we have 9 gold. Curio sells bronze tier neutral items. Curio is actually a very nice shop for most characters, but actually not so much for Mak. Mak generally doesn't care about many things he has. There are some things, but they're the minority of things. The tiny furry monster again, or the medicine cabinet. Gotta say, I'm partial to the medicine cabinet. We got the Philosopher's Stone. Gain 1 regen for the fight. When you transform a reagent, this permanently gains +2 regen. When you buy this, get a catalyst. Right, so transforming. That's pretty much what it says on the tin. We can turn an item into something else of the same size. But a reagent is a whole other class of item that generally has the effect that when it's transformed, it turns into an item that's enchanted with a specific effect depending on the exact reagent. So it's nice to hold on to this catalyst because we can certainly do something with it in the future. So look for spare change, get some spare change. Finn's Big Bite, eat at Finn's to get max health. That's a good one, but I do kind of want to get the Eternal Torch going. And Elia might have some weapons that will help me do that, I think. Maybe. Either way, I think I'm more interested in Elia than Finn's Big Bite. But Finn's Big Bite is good because he gives you extra health and a myriad of other effects based on exactly what you eat at his fine establishment. But I'm going to go for Elia.
I would spar with you, but this leg... Oof.
And would you look at this? Burn items. So the Sword Cane. Deal 20 damage. If it's adjacent to a regen item, gain 2 regen. If it's adjacent to a burn item, burn 2. If it's adjacent to a poison item, poison 2. So this, in my experience, it's not that great at first, but if you get the right support and you get it upgraded, because its upgrades reduce its cooldown, you get that cooldown lower, it can put in work. But I'm going to pick it up because it's a burn item.
Teaches stillness.
Same for...
I prefer action.
Same for Bottled Lightning here, how it deals 15 damage. I don't really care about this, I just care about the fact that it's a burn item.
Hey, when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
Right, so we're getting progress on getting Eternal Torch, because that effect on Eternal Torch, when you burn, gain 2 burn on this item, that can get really nasty. So I'm actually going to sell this Bottled Lightning right back to you. I'm going to see what else you have for sale. Crocodile Tears. Now here's a fun one. When an enemy takes damage, however amount it is, this gains 16 damage. So this item, the idea is you try to just slap the enemy around with little hits, and then you throw this at them, massively scaled up by 16 for each of those little slaps, and just wreck their face. I've had a very good run with this item, actually. But I don't think we really have the support for it at the moment. Now the Refractor, though. When you slow, freeze, burn, or poison, this gains 10 damage. So kind of similar to the Crocodile Tears in a way. And you know, I think I could make that work. We're gonna have to sell some items to pick it up, but I think that could work. I'm gonna sell the Philosopher's Stone. I generally don't like these items that require you to do something out of combat to scale them, because it just feels like, unless you go hard on them, they just don't really get anywhere most of the time. In my experience. Like I said, I'm bad at the game, so that might be why I don't get them to going anywhere. I'm gonna say goodbye to the Deadly Letter Opener. It served its purpose. I think the Refractor
Enjoy the thrill of battle. Well, you can.
is gonna be more what we're looking at in the future. But actually, so Quill and Ink, without having no weapons and having that multicast, I think we're better off not having it at all, personally. So, hold on, let me put the Venomander next to this. So now every time this goes off, this is giving me regen, and it's poisoning, and it's burning. So this is like the ideal use case for this. And I mean, we have an empty slot, so there's no reason really to take off Quill and Ink. It's just not nearly as good as it could be. Alright, so next fights. The Coconut Crab, the Covetous Thief, or the Eccentric Aetherytes. Trying to think. Could I kill the Aetherytes? I think I could. Maybe. But I don't know. She has a lot of shield, so that could be bad for me because I don't really have much stuff to damage shield. The Covetous Thief, none of these fights really have anything I want, but I guess I'll fight the Covetous Thief just because I'm pretty sure I'll beat him and he gives me more gold than a Coconut Crab for defeating him.
Knife or beak? Your choice.
So we're getting value out of the Sword Cane. Applying a lot more poison on him. Well, not a lot more, but I don't know. That's the thing with this game. You always gotta judge. Did the changes I made to my board, did it actually improve my standing, or did it make it worse? You gotta be careful, because you can very easily accidentally make it worse, especially if you're not doing math. Because, I mean, who likes to do math? Let's have a look at our recap here. So it did 80 damage, applied 8 burn, applied 8 poison, applied 8 regen. Is that better than what we had? Maybe not, but it's got potential, you know? Covetous Raven. When you use another relic or enchanted item, charge this 2 seconds and it starts flying. Sword Cane is not a relic. Is the Refractor a relic? It is not. Well, we don't really have anything to make this work how it's supposed to, but we can sell it for gold. That's something. Kina sells non-weapon items. Jungle Ruins again. They really want me to go to the Jungle Ruins. Or Cinders. Gain burn. Well, they really want me to go to the Jungle Ruins, but I kind of want to get the Eternal Torch going. And Kina might have the items I need to make that happen.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful.
Unfortunately, she does not. Okay. Energy Potion, haste your other items, Venom when you use the item to the left of this, Poison, Philosopher's Stone, we've seen that before. It's an expensive reroll, but I have stuff to sell, so not really. Ew. This is not a lovely bunch of coconuts. Smelling salts, slow an item, potion, transform into 2 potions. Sleeping potions. Okay, so coming here, I believe, was a mistake.
After all these centuries, there is still more to learn.
But I leveled up. Okay, so get a bronze item. Get 2 gold in a bronze tier loot item. Get a bronze tier weapon. If I pick this and it's a sword cane, that would be pretty nice. It'd also be pretty nice if it was a refractor. I'm gonna roll the dice. Go for a bronze tier weapon. The dice did not roll in my favor. So the leeches deal 20 damage. When you poison, this gains 10 damage for the fight, and it also has lifesteal, so the damage it deals heals me. This sounds good, but the fatal flaw is that 8-second cooldown, and my personal experience is I've never really gotten this to work all that well, to be completely honest, but I don't know. So I could fit the refractor on here now. So it's really a question. Do I want to go hard on damage? Or some extra survivability with the leeches? I don't really feel like I need the survivability because I just have so much regen, frankly. So yeah, leeches, I'm sorry, but today is simply not your day. Okay. Quixel sells small and medium items, buys your large items at +3 value. The Lost Crate again. Borrow again. Lose 1 income, gain 9 gold. Well, I've got at least 5 gold because these items I don't care about. I will sell them immediately. So I'm gonna check Quixel again.
Hi, I'm Quixel, master merchant or something.
Okay, Hemlock. It's a reagent. Poisons 2. When this is transformed, enchant it with toxic. That is worth rolling the dice on since I already have a catalyst.
Here's some gold. Buy from Barcoon instead. He actually cares about
So
this.
let's transform this. Be very careful when you're playing Mac and doing a lot of catalyzing, just in case you don't accidentally transform something you really don't want to transform. But let's see what we get out of Hemlock.
There's fun size, and then there's boring size.
You know, I said that Mac gets a lot of interesting small items, but seems the only small item I'm getting is frickin' letter openers. Alright. Botello, the Pygmalion. He has not won his first fights. Let's see if he can't change that. I don't really feel like I improved much this day, so might very well be possible that he does.
In 100 years when you are dust, I will remain.
I don't know why I'm facing bronze rank players. You'd think I'd be fighting like silver and gold. That's a lot of healing you have there, friend. And that's bad news because of the golf clubs. When you heal, this gains 10 damage. I'm not liking the sound of that. But if I get my regen going, I might be okay. Yeah, I think I'm already at the point where I'm just regenning all the damage he deals with golf clubs. Then again, he might get it high enough that he just one-shots me. I'm not exactly, like, outpacing him in the damage department. Might have him here.
Next time, I'll show you what I learned from this.
That was close. That was very close. I think it was hard to tell, but it looked like he was just about to get golf clubs off, and if he did, he would have won that fight, but the timing was just precise enough that I managed to make it. So Refractor did 800 damage. That's not insignificant, especially considering how much he was healing. Granted, it did come down to the sandstorm, but you know, maybe against a weaker player with less healing, we might have like killed them quicker, or they might have killed us quicker. Right. Snack time. Gain 20 max health per level, 60. Get some chocolate bars or more non-weapon items. I'm inclined towards those non-weapon items, even though these give immediate benefits, and I'm really taking a gamble by passing up on these so often go to the shops, but, you know,
Discounts for peace.
swings and roundabouts. We get a burn item. Thurible reduces its cooldown, which is nice.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this.
That's very nice for a refractor because we don't care about how much burn or whatever we're applying with the item exactly. Just that we're doing it often, so refractor gets that bonus damage. And that is one more burn item before we unlock the quest ability of the Eternal Torch, which will be quite nice. See if we can't get it. And we can! Rainbow Potion. It does a lot of things, but it is considered a burn item.
I can feel our energies resonating.
Nice. So, this has unlocked its ability. Can't really fit it on the board, but maybe I should? I don't know. Refractor is dealing a lot of damage, so maybe we'll definitely put this out when I level up. But for now, I think we'll still just hold on to it. Okay, Elia, again. Nufu sells skills, candy stash. So I wouldn't mind picking up some skills. However, skills are expensive, and I don't want to risk not being able to buy anything from him, so I think I'll just take the guaranteed value of the candy stash. Right, so we'll sell these. And we have a fight. The Mutant Baker, who, if you can't tell by his fancy picture frame, we will not be fighting. I have fought him before, and he is very scary. He tends to smack you with rolling pins, and it's very uncomfortable. The Dabbling Apprentice. He has a lot of potion-based stuff. I don't think we care about anything he has to offer. Not sure we care about anything the Street Gamer has to offer, but it's more gold than Dabbling Apprentice would give me, so I guess we're going for the Street Gamer.
Piggles is a test of will, and I will crush you.
Let's see what you got, Mr. Capital G Gamer. And this build is working, but God, is it slow. To really stand to upgrade the Sword Cane and the Refractor.
The fake Nubat, huh?
Sir, I'm just a player of the game. I have no idea of what your lingo is all about.
Do you even know how to play?
Man, is this guy... So there's a content creator. His name's Raren. And he was known for Hearthstone, but he got big into this game specifically. And I think he's like... He even did videos with the guy who made this game. Is this his voice?
Piggles separates the men from the boys.
Because it kind of sounds like him. But I'm not sure if it's actually him. Unfortunately, the voice acting and art credits, as much I've talked them up that I really like them, but it's actually very hard, as far as I can find, to actually find the credits for a lot of the stuff, which is unfortunate. Because look, here we have like this... I don't know what she's supposed to be. She has horns, so that, I mean, that's cool, but... There's no way of knowing who drew that, and I would like to know that. Anyway, back to the game. Piggles. Charge adjacent small items 2 seconds. When you win a fight, get a Piggle. At the start of each day, upgrade a Piggle. Piggle, Piggle, Piggle. Piggles are actually very good, but I'm not sure how I would work them into this build, necessarily. So Bex. Attend a Bazball game with Bex. Middle sells medium items. I would be very much interested, potentially, in some medium items.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Sword Cane, don't mind if I do. I was just mentioning this. This item's upgrade reduces its cooldown. Less cooldown means more burn, means more regen, means more triggers on Refractor. You know, it's a good thing to have.
Just toss that on my back, and I'll trot it to your door.
Now, Blank Slate. This is an interesting one. When you use Adjacent Relic, charge this 1 second. However, its quest conditions... This actually does, like, essentially nothing right now, hence why it's called Blank Slate, I suppose. But its quest conditions are to poison, regen, and burn. And slow and freeze. Well, we're doing a lot of poison, regenning, and burning. So, in my mind, this makes a lot of sense to pick up. So I'm going to do that. See if we can't make something out of this thing.
Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
With each new discovery, the formula of life is revealed. it.
Right. Okay, so we can now add the Eternal Torch, which I believe I will do. And the Quill and Ink, really just not doing anything much, is it, huh? Honestly, I think we cut that and put this toxic letter opener back out. Because we're not getting the multicast, so who cares about the Quill and Ink? So our level up choices: get a silver item or upgrade a bronze item. I think I'm inclined to upgrade a bronze item in this case.
Smart shoppers buy vintage. New is for suckers. Still here.
Okay, so the Eternal Torch, this will double the burn it gets. Or this will double the damage it gets. So this has another quest on it, where if we can get it to scale up to 75 plus burn, it will gain multicast, so it will go off twice. That is very nice, not gonna lie. However, I'm not sure how realistic it will be to get that. In fact, I'm not even sure how much we're going to be building into this, as much as I kind of prioritize it early on. That was just kind of hedging my bets, essentially. Because we're really not... We're not doing a lot of burn. We're not going very fast, for that matter. So I think Refractor is the way to go.
They don't make these like they used to.
Like, we're not... Like, what I was trying to say is we're not building up much poison or much burn. We're just triggering those things a lot, which is upgrading Refractor, which I think is our real win condition at this point. Alright, so Workshop. Get a tool, Gumball Machine, get Gumballs, the Northern Lion Special. Midsworth. Sells small and large items, buys your medium items at +2 value. That might be worth checking out, considering I am just thinking about getting rid of Eternal Torch. But I don't know. Let's not be too hasty. Let's get a tool. It's got a gold border, so clearly it's the correct choice. Mortar and Pestle. Your lifesteal weapons gain +10 damage for the fights. The weapon to the right of this has lifesteal. At the start of each day, get a catalyst. So this is very interesting. In fact, I might replace the torch with this. Because, I mean, it's going to give slightly more, like, really the amount of damage it's going to give to the Refractor is not going to be important at all. But it will give the Refractor lifesteal. And that's going to be, like, big chunks of health coming in, which pairs nicely with our penchant for regen. So I think that's the play. Perhaps. We'll see what Value has to say about it.
I will fight you, but only so that I can study you.
We're out to dethrone a king.
What you
not
got?
to
A lot of red numbers. I'm a little scared. I'm scared that you're just going to instantly murder me in 5 seconds. Ow. I am almost dead. Ow. I am going...
All cannon,
yeah, I'm dead.
no ball.
Okay. So that's hard to say if my build was at fault. I mean, it was, technically speaking, but I don't think the Eternal Torch would have made the difference there. She just put out way more damage, way faster than I could get going with, like, my regen and such. That was just, not my fight. But it doesn't mean there's nothing we can't improve. Okay. Got this catalyst. Lost and found, get a small non-weapon item, browse the merchant stalls at the street festival, or Ellie sells potions. Are there any potions I care about? Not really, considering I don't have any way to reload them. I think I'm going to go for a small non-weapon item. Very funny. Okay. Leah sells weapons, the lost crates, reagent harvesting, get a reagent. That would be nice, considering we have a catalyst. I think I'll spring for this. Sulfur. Enchant an item with fiery. That would be actually kind of nice. Okay, so let me throw this down here, catalyze it, and... the fiery energy potion. Wow, the game... The game is like, you will get potions. It is the only route for you to take. Okay. Well. Prince Marianus, Blood Reef Raider, the Outlands Dervish. I'm trying to think what these guys have to offer me, and... the gunner actually has a skill that increases the ammo of my items, which, I guess I should explain. Potions and, like, certain various items use a mechanic called ammo, where ammo is how many times it can be used, whereas most items can be used infinitely. If it has ammo, it can only be used that many times. And there are various ways to restore ammo, or just increase ammo naturally, the base ammo. But I mean, I guess I could find some use for these. Potentially? Let's go with the Blood Reef Raider.
Witness my strength, lads.
What a charming fellow.
The lads will never let me forget this.
Okay. So I feel like my build has something going for it. The problem is it's just very slow. Alright, so this did 50 damage. This did 10 damage a second. That's not great. I think this should be cut. Oh, we got the crow's nest. Your weapons have plus 40% crit chance. If you have exactly one weapon, that weapon has lifesteal. That's interesting. But I'm not sure it works, because the only reason Refractor is good is because I have Sword Cane. Kind of? It's certainly helping.
When you live this long, you collect some clutter.
In any case, I don't think letter opener is the way to go, nor are these piggles. Get them the hell out of here. Piggles can be very good, but not in this case, I don't think. I'll take the crow's nest. I'll think about the crow's nest. I mean, just having the 40% crit would be something, but then we wouldn't have lifesteal anymore. But how valuable is the lifesteal realistically? I don't know. Let's ask Andy and his small items.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Okay, here's another Thurible upgrade.
Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Shouldn't be automatically doing that, but you know. Venomous Dose. Poison both players 4. Gain regen for the fight equal to this item's poison. So this may sound pointless, but the fact it's poisoning both players, that's double the amount of triggers for Refractor. So this has a purpose.
Tell everyone you got it here.
That's also double the triggers for Black Rose. So this is getting more regen. So that's nice. Quicksilver. Transform into a copy of another small, non-legendary item you have for the fight. Venom. When you use the item to the left of this, poison 2. I think that might be better than Venomander. I'm gaining less regen, but I'm not exactly getting much regen. You know what? Let's try it.
I think that suits you beautifully.
Let's put regen, put Venom on the right of the Sword Cane and move this over to the left. So now we're still getting all of the effects of Sword Cane. And we'll see how that goes.
Closer and closer. I can hear my sister's laughter.
Argenta teaches Silver Tier skills.
I sense something blocking your power. Let's get rid of it.
Toxic Flame. When you burn, your poison items gain poison. When you poison, your burn items gain burn. So this is certainly my first choice, but let's just see. Lethargy. All cooldowns are increased by 1 second. That includes the enemy cools down, so this is not just like fuck over yourself for no reason. Regenerative. Regenerative. You have plus 10 regen. That's not great. Toxic Flame, I think, is just the obvious correct choice in this situation.
Thanks for trusting me.
In
I
fact,
hope we can do this again.
may even want to consider perhaps cutting the mortar and pestle so we can bring out Eternal Torch? I phrased that as like a question, like I'm not sure if I'll do that, but I just sold the pestle, so I guess the choice is made. Okay, okay. Quill and Ink, it's never making it back. We're using too many weapons for that to really matter. Blank slates. I really want to see where we can go with this in the future. Of course, we do have these potions as well, but I don't think those are going to make it onto the board. Herma.
Hiya.
Ouroboros statue. When you poison, gain 4 regen. Apothecary. Gain 8 regen. When you haste, slow, poison, burn, charge this 1 second. At the start of each day, get a reagent. So that's interesting. I'm not sure we're fast enough with our activations for that to really matter. Ouroboros statue is interesting. Because we are poisoning... Well, again, really not fast enough to I think, really make that pop off necessarily. Let's reroll. Like I said, I'm not good at this game. I'm okay. I don't know if I'm making the right decisions here. They are just decisions. I guess we'll get the Black Rose upgrade. I don't think we're ever going to be using potions.
Feel better.
Wild Quillback. When any player uses a weapon, poison that player too. When you use a non-weapon item, gain 2 regen. Again, we're using plenty of weapons, so probably not the best choice. Penguin Mazzola, the Easter Bunny Dooley, who is on a hot streak. Oh dear.
When we are finished, may I dissect you for study?
You know he's a robot, Mac. Oh, he has more health than me. I think I'm gonna die in the next couple seconds, but you never know. Putting a lot of poison on me. I'm not feeling good about that. And I'm dead. It was close. It was close. Ish. It was close-ish. So let's see here. Okay, so losing 2 fights in a row. Something's got to change, I think. We really need to question our whole approach. So let's go talk to Andy
The
again.
smaller the portions, the finer the meal.
God, it really wants me to take potions. None of these interest me. Ah, Jesus Christ. Am I on the potion seed or something? Fuck. Transform into a non-legendary item. I just don't think any of those are the play.
Neither wealthy nor wise, huh?
Like, I understand my build really isn't working all that well, but the fact of the matter is I need to replace it with something better. And I don't think any of those were the options. So let's see if Kina has anything to say.
Come with no weapons, leave with big bargains.
Oh, shit. Blank slate got off. Poison 5, gain 5 regen. And it'll gain burn on there too here in a second, so... Okay. Alright. Idol of Decay. When you poison, this gains 4 poison. Buy poison item. So this is the poison equivalent of Eternal Torch, essentially. Let's take that.
The aura guided me to what you needed.
See if we can't do something with that. A Loodle, that's this +1 multicast regeneration potion or reagent. At the start of each day, get a catalyst. And it's also a poison item for the purposes of this. But I don't... I couldn't afford it, so... Alright. The wheels may be coming off. Infernal Envoy. Gorgon Noble. I'm not sure if I'll kill the Gorgon Noble. I'm pretty sure I'll kill the Infernal Envoy. Maybe?
There is so much we can offer you.
Sunlight Spear. I wouldn't mind picking that up. Okay.
From the flame of every candle, we watch you.
Alright, what do you got for me? The Restorative Fire Claw. Burn 15, heal equal to 5 times this item's burn. This has burn equal to 50% of the burn on your other items. That could potentially get pretty wild with Eternal Torch. In fact, maybe I need to consider moving off Refractor? In which case, I should be moving off of Sword Cane. Although, Sword Cane is helping scale Eternal Torch, I suppose. So in that case, I guess we would be moving off Venom and Venomous Dose, which... with Blank Slates, there's certainly cause for that. In fact, when you use an adjacent relic, charge this 1 second. Fire Claw and Eternal Torch are relics. So there do be a combo there. There do be a combo. Right, okay. We might be getting somewhere. Sell small and large items. You know what? I can go here.
All things in moderation.
If only because he's gonna buy these at extra value.
Not too big.
So if we're gonna get off of those, now's the time to do it. So what else can you offer me? You have a shard of obsidian, which could transform into something with lifesteal. I'm not sure I care about that. The infinite potion, gain 3 regen. Runic Great Axe. I don't think we can make that work. Infinite Potion is interesting, because there is an item that this combos with pretty well. I'll pick it up just to have it in case I see that other item.
How a master merchant makes a sale.
Level up. Catalyst. Get a catalyst. Loot. Let's see what silver item I get. Another blank slate. Well, that would be very interesting to have 2 of these, huh? Very interesting indeed. Okay, Regenerator of Tincture. Gain regen equal to twice your level. Middle sells medium items. I would like to get Torch and Slate upgraded if possible, so I think I'll go here. Mountain Pass is many possibilities, most of them good, but I got gold I need to spend, essentially.
Nothing huge. All about moderation.
There's the Idol of Decay again. Viper Cane. When you poison or gain regen, this gains damage. Not really what I'm looking for. Let's see. Kind of a whiff, innit? Unfortunate. I really should have went for the encounter, huh?
See that mountain? That's Pole. He might have what you need.
Dingy Dongers. Alright, we're kind of in the same boat, although I am without dongers. And I suppose you're in a dinghy. Let's see how this goes.
You remind me of someone I fought last century.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
What you got, Miss Dinghy? That kinda looks scary, but I've got heal now, so... my fears are a little different these days. Although, you are killing me. I think I'm going to die. I think I'm dead.
Next time, boys, less plunder, more plunder.
Alright. So we tied. And a tie is a victory, as far as it's concerned for me. What is this background, by the way? Look at all this stuff. Gadgets and such. The freaky fish thing. Okay, well, I'll take the tie. Certainly better than a loss. Out of curiosity, how much did that second blank slate go up? It's halfway there, pretty much. It'd be very interesting to have two blank slates going on. Okay, aimbot sells crit items from any hero. Mandala, transform an item. Regenerative tincture, gain regen twice your level. I think I'll go for the regen. The docks, work the docks, earns coin, sells weapons. See if we can't get a
Any good
sword cane
fights
upgrade.
lately? Oh, I do miss it.
Actually, I wonder if crocodile tears might have a case to be made here, because burn ticks very fast, so that would be some damage, certainly. Actually, Black Rose, I'm not poisoning much anymore, so this is really not what I want anymore, I think. So actually, let me just grab
Use it
this.
well. Make me proud.
Just because I think it will be doing more than Black Rose at this point. Oh, there's the sword cane upgrade. Now it's going off every 3 seconds. That can make a pretty big difference.
Go make some more stories. Then come back and tell me.
Alrighty then. The dire inglet, the sandwich artist, and a dire mosquito. One of these things is not like the other. We'll go for the sandwich artist. I think I could take the sandwich artist. We'll see how Crocodile Tears works out against him.
Give you one chance to choose the right toppings. One chance.
Getting a lot of regen, but we're killing him, so it doesn't matter.
On meatballs. Is this some sick joke?
Right, so how much damage did the Crocodile Tears do there? 500. Not bad, not amazing. But not bad. What do you got for me? Bread. Gain 10 regen for the fight. When this is hasted, your regen items gain +2 regen. Not really what we're built for, but not terrible. What do you got for me, JJ?
People first, profit 10th.
There's the apothecary again. Is now the time, since we are just doing a lot of burning? But this is a big item. I'm not sure if I could really fit that in. The Frozen Horror, which is a reagent. Freeze 2 items for 1 second. Every 3 seconds. That's just kind of good on its own, huh? Although it has ammo. But when it runs out of ammo, poison both players 100. Huh. That's interesting. Also, Blank Slate is burning now, so that's also interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure how it fits into my plans at the moment, frankly. Excavation tools. When you buy that, get a catalyst. Your other poison items have +2 poison. Not sold.
The Bazaar has many secrets. I will uncover them all.
Another level up.
Oh, sure. I can help you. But you have to trust me.
Toxic Shield. The first time you fall below half health, each fight shield equal to 2 times the poison on your enemy. Unfortunately, we're not doing much poison anymore. You crit, your weapons gain 5 damage. First time you use a large item, adjacent items get 20% crit chance. None of these are really what I'm looking for, so if you would take some bread and allow me to re-roll your skill offerings, please. Ancient Keeper. The first 4 times you use a relic, burn 5. Tracer Fire. When you burn, your items gain +1 critical chance. Your non-weapon items have +10 critical chance. Peaceful Eye, I guess?
When you're ready, I'll send you to Orlin. But I'll keep you as long as I can.
Ooh. The Freezer. Get a freeze item. Goldie sells gold tier items. I'm inclined to get a freeze item because Relic could get something out of that. Weaselpede. When you slow or poison, charge this 2 seconds. Unfortunately, I'm not built for that, really. Well, What if we refactor things a bit? So Eternal Torch, take that off. Put Weaselpede out. And then we go back to our poisoning. Is this the move? Perhaps? Maybe? I mean, if I could get this to go off 10 times and get 2 blank slates with a freeze on them, that would be kind of cool. Let's see what Cowman has to say. Hey, man, he's a hog. Show some respect.
I seek the ultimate secret. Will you get me any closer?
You do see these tusks, right?
Okay, so I just went totally on a whim with this, but I don't know. There might be something to this. Freeze is very powerful, and we're getting some triggers off of that. Unfortunately, I am burning to death.
Now that was invigorating.
Alright, so yeah, he just burned me down. Not sure I would have won that fight regardless, but I think it's worth it just to get freeze on these blank slates. Speaking of which, Sterling, upgrade a silver or lower tier item. I think I would like to do that.
Seagate is a fine place to retire, but I do miss the spotlight.
And I'll upgrade this to... well, is it better to have 2 silver blank slates or a silver and gold? Or 2 silvers, rather. Silver and gold or 2 silvers? A question for the ages. I think I'll go for 2 silvers.
And with a blast of pure charisma, voila!
I like that Sterling guy. He has a really great voice. Okay. I think we'll go for the Mountain Pass. Aid a caravan descending the Great Plateau. And it's the Ghost Pepper, which is scary. I think he might just kill me. But, I don't know. As long as I get the freeze on these blank slates, I think that's an acceptable outcome.
Milk won't save you from this heat!
But what about mint? Mint is like the chemical opposite of spicy. Oh, there was the upgrade. It now freezes, which means my other one now freezes.
I'm in every pepper! You'll taste me again!
Kinky. And if this has freeze, then my other one has freeze as well. What'd you give me? Hot sauce! I don't think I'll have any use for that, frankly. However, Weaselpeed, you have done fine work. I won't even sell you. I shall let you live in my box. Okay, so when you use an adjacent relic, charge this 1 second. Man, if only this was a relic, that would be kind of nuts. Do I have anything else? This is a relic. Ooh. Okay. I think we cut Venom. Rather, we cut... put a relic here and a relic there. Right. So this is getting charged from adjacent relics. Well, at least this one is getting them from both sides. Or rather, do I put it like this? This makes sense, right? Or do I have this? I think it makes sense to put this in between them, just so... yeah. Maybe? I don't know. Eternal Torch. I'm not sure Sword Cane is really the play anymore. Eternal Torch, even though it's a bronze item and this is gold. Or, actually, no. I mean, this is... yeah, Sword Cane's good with Blank Slate, because it's getting all 3 of those effects off. So, yeah, you know, that still has a place. And now there might be cause for Black Rose to come back out, since we are doing a fair bit of poison again now. Right. Sergeant Suds, what a fascinating man he is. The Treasure Turtle. Adorable. Chili Charles. Now, since we are doing some freezing, I'm inclined to go after Chili Charles just so he might give me some freeze supports. So let's go after him.
I'm from Frost. You don't want this blizzard. I was just some dumb bird when I got here.
Okay.
Fine. Do your thing. I'm gonna get back to my nap.
Okay. So that didn't feel impressive, but this guy was also doing a lot of shielding. He shielded for 1,500, 1,600 almost. And he was gaining max health. So maybe this is doing all right. We healed for 700. We applied like a 150, 200 burn. Maybe this has got something going for it? I'm not sure. All I can say is it's kind of fun having 2 blank slates fully kitted out on the board. That's fun. Igloo. Freeze 2 items for 1 second. When you freeze, shield for 75. Do we just go for all-out freeze? Is that the move here? Do I cut Sword Cane and Black Rose? Maybe cut Restorative Fireclaw? I don't know. Restorative Fireclaw...
I cannot carry all this. I am a very old man.
Sure you are, Mac. I mean, by the legal definition,
My
yes.
clothes. I see everything.
Okay, Orland teaches gold skills, teaches haste and charge skills, or Bjorn teaches freeze skills. I think we're going hard on this new freeze angle. That certainly seems like what we're getting built up for.
At absolute zero, atoms don't move at all. Is that slow enough for you?
Oh, aren't you smarmy?
Yes, I'm here. We're talking already.
Okay. Your weapon's cooldowns are reduced by 5 while your enemy has a frozen item. Well, that 5% of 3 is what? Like, this would go down to like 2.7 or something? I'm not sure that's worth it. First time you use a large item each fight, freeze an item for 3 seconds. When you free... I feel like Igloo. I feel like we go for Igloo. Let's see what your other skills are. First time you freeze each fight, haste an item. The first 6 times you use your rightmost item, charge a freeze item. First time you poison each fight, freeze an item for 3 seconds. I mean, we're poisoning, so this makes sense to me.
Well, you've made at least one smart choice in your life.
But Igloo. Is Igloo where we go? Do we give up on the regen dream? I mean, regen is nice and all, and we're still getting it. But this... The thing is, Sword Cane is working with Toxic Flame to provide a little bit of scaling. But blank slates are kind of scaling each other as well. You know what? I think... the Thurible is another thing to consider, but that's a relic, and it's helping charge the blank slates. Let's try this. See where this takes us. Take some candy bars. Blip, blip, blip. Hospital. Gain a heal or regen item. Get some chocolate bars again. Sell haste, slow, or cooldown items. Let's try a heal or regen item. Venomous Dose. My old friend. Sisson, the Mac. Sisson the Mac. Let's see how this fares.
You are a child to me, and I will punish you. I will leave you alive to learn the lesson.
Got like a dragonfly thing going on with that skin. Okay, what you got? No shield, so my burn is gonna hurt him quite a bit.
I have no pride for you to wound.
Okay, we might be on to something. Might be on to something here for like the fourth time. So this applied 65 burn. It applied the most burn out of any individual item, and it only went off twice, and all these went off 3 times. The heal is also nice utility against poison builds, since we're getting shield to protect us from everything else. So yeah, I can see where this is going. We'd like to get these slates upgraded, so let's go to middle.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Upgrade the Fire Claw, sure. Gains 100% of the burn on the other items.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
Okay, what else you got? Use a potion, we're not doing that. Alright. Nothing else particularly helpful. Eating contest, get some chocolate bars. Let's check non-weapon items again.
Decide your deathstruments.
Atmospheric sampler. When you use an enchanted or flying item, charge another enchanted. Yeah, I don't think we're all about that business. I'd love the case. Just doesn't have any place on this board, frankly. Strength potion, nightshade. Yeah, nothing. Whiff again.
You're listening to your needs. That's good, I guess.
Okay. The dragon. I don't think I'm killing a dragon, so let's just forget about that. The Cloudtop Officer, this is a new character that I'm not particularly familiar with, but I think she's all about vehicles and essentially things that are not related to what we're doing. Dragon does, but the fact of the matter is I don't think I'm killing the dragon. Infernal Frigate, I think, does some burn stuff, so he's worth checking out. Not bad.
Another specimen for my collection.
My biggest weakness, very clearly, is, of course, that we're slow. We're not very fast.
My power burns hotter, melting away impurities.
Okay, gold item, gold loot, gold tool, gold weapon. Let's go with a gold item. Excavation tools. Charge an adjacent relic. By 2 seconds. Is this just better? Okay, so it doesn't do anything, but it's more charge than what this is offering to these. Yes? I think we replace Thurible? We're not getting the burn or regen from it, and that's a little bit of a loss for Restorative Fire Claw, but not much of one, frankly. Okay, get this out of my face. Okay, haste, slower cooldown. Let's go to the Bazaar icon. Networking. 3 small enchanted items or a diamond tier item. Let's see what these small enchanted items may possibly be. I have a catalyst, so I can transform them as well. Fiery fungal spores. Your poison items gain 4 poison. Burn 4. When you buy this, get a catalyst. Okay. I feel like there's still potentially a place for Eternal Torch on here, but it's rapidly not really looking like it's gonna make it. Okay, well, first of all, let me take these.
Perhaps I have hoarded too much.
Fiery fungal spores, radiant solar drone, don't care about that. Let me grab this, turbo jits. So this is a turbo item, which I'm interested in getting because, as I mentioned, my biggest problem is just I'm kind of slow, so the right turbo item could make the difference. Turbo incense is not going to be that difference, but I can transform it again with my other catalyst. Freeze potion. I don't think that's the play. Okay. Alright. Barcoon sells medium and larges. Buy your small items at +1. See what he has
Do you
to
have any
offer.
really small things?
Not it, not it. Here's the satchel. Ah.
It's smaller than Quixel.
So I wonder, is the shield I'm getting from this really worth it? Maybe is, especially since it is freezing, and freezing is just obscenely good. So I don't know. I don't really know what the right idea is here.
Am I even a master merchant?
Well, let's see what Giga has to say about my build.
Why must we do this? Death laughs at us both. If you knew my true purpose, you would stand aside.
Mac, I am also Mac. I know your true purpose. Like, in-universe, I don't, because I don't really know the lore, but you know what I mean. Okay, certainly the shield's not going to help me fight this Mac, since he's all about the poison. But my Fire Claw might make up the difference. And I'm burning him down plenty quick.
Fight me again. I must repeat the experiment.
Alright. He had a very similar build, actually, at least with his skills. Alrighty then. Midsworth. Let's see what Midsworth has.
I pay well for mid-sized things. Reasonable-sized things.
Frozen Flame. When you freeze, this gains 15 burn. First time you fall below half health each fight, freeze all enemy items. Now, this is certainly interesting. This is a relic also, so that's more charge in the blank slates. Do I go all-out offense? Because we're still getting freezes on the blank slates. Oh, this is quite expensive, isn't it? Okay. Sell.
Of its averageness.
Black Rose, I don't think is ever making it back.
Not what I call tasteful, but very well.
Okay, this is expensive to just run an experiment without selling the igloo, but I think it's worth trying.
Happy to exploit you. I mean help you.
Because this gaining burn makes restorative Fire Claw better. But we are losing a lot of defense without igloo. Guess we'll have to see how it turns out. That's the beauty of this game. JJ, Pyre, get a burn item. Monster Ranch, choose a free loot item. We haven't talked much about loot items, but they are very useful. They just basically just give you various benefits for selling them. Except for this one. This one just gives you more money on average. Insect Wing. Reduce your leftmost item's cooldown by 4%. As I've mentioned, my speed is kind of my biggest fault right now, so say that makes sense to pick up. I think I would like to put that on the restorative Fire Claw. Bring it down to 5.8 seconds. My, what an improvement. Now the fights. The Foundation Revenant, Terraform, or the Elite Duelist. Because you have poison stuff, I believe. You have random shit, but you also have a very fun voice actor, so I'm kind of tempted to go to you just for that. But I think Foundation Revenant is the play, even though I'm not doing much poison. My blank slates are poisoning, but you know. Sure.
Free us. Free us.
Let's see what Frozen Fire's got going for it. Certainly putting out a lot more fire damage. My god. Oh, jeez.
Through its wires, its roots, its tunnels, forever.
Okay, so yeah, my offense is massively improved with this. Purifying Flame. When you gain regen, a burn item gains +2 burn for the fight. That would be fantastic to acquire. It is not what I will be acquiring, though.
With enough power, I will defeat death itself.
Okay, so level 10. That means we get to choose from enchantments, which is something we have been not really having. So Sirocco's Step. Enchant an item with haste effects. I've said it multiple times, but my speed is my biggest flaw with this build, I feel, so far, so certainly go with that. Turbo Excavation Tools. Now, I could look up, there is a wiki that explains all of this about what the effects of the various items are. I don't feel like doing that. And also, if you pull up the Steam overlay, you can accidentally, like, click through the Steam overlay into the game and fuck yourself over, which I have totally not done before and didn't, like, slap myself in the face for doing it. But I'm guessing excavation tools with turbo will be quite useful. If that hastes adjacent relics, that will be insane. Haste an item for 2 seconds. Unfortunately, okay. I was kind of hoping it would be a targeted haste, but that's fine. Okay, do I have a catalyst? I don't have a catalyst. Nightshade sells poison items. I don't think blank slates are considered poison items because by default their poison is locked behind a quest. So also don't have much money in these specific. We'll check them out.
Poison is liquid entropy. It has its role to play.
Toxic Gravestone. When you use a potion or a relic, another item starts flying. When you use a flying item, gain 6 regen. When you use a potion or relic, poison equal to this item's regen. That is interesting. Not sure I'm built for it, though. It would be nice. It would be more triggers on Toxic Flame, but I would have to give up. I think I would just have too much to lose by putting this out. Rapid Injection System. This item can go crazy with the right build, but we are not that build. Covetous Raven. When you use another relic or enchanted item, charge this 2 seconds, and it starts flying. Poison equal. This could be good, but again, I just don't know if it's worth cutting any of my other items for. And I don't feel like doing the math to figure that out. All I know is we apply about 500 burn, and that's nothing to sneeze at. Okay, toss me a non-weapon item, please. The Ruby. Your other burn items have +3 burn. That's a whiff and a half. Dave, 299-792-458. God, I hope that's not your social security number because it's just been broadcasted on the internet. Against a Vanessa, I have to wonder if it might be worth dragging out the Igloo for the extra shielding. Because she might just be trying to kill me. But she might also just be trying to one-shot me, in which case trying to kill her faster would be the play. Let's stick with the devil we know.
When we are finished, may I dissect you for study?
My fight isn't with you.
Please go easy on me, Dave. Okay, you're not doing much damage, so... Yeah, you are doing a lot of DOT, so definitely pulling out the igloo would have been a bad move. Alright, that's a lot of poison, but I've got a lot of burn, and burn is faster, my friend.
Oh. Bring her about!
Oh.
I got another salvo in me.
That was a very close tie. My goodness, he had 1,300 poison on me, but burn is faster, so I at least managed to tie. And that was with he had 1,000 shield on him. Yeah, I'd say that went pretty well. One more win and I get a silver victory, which will be nice. Let's see, Midsworth, small and large. No, I'm not really in the market for those, really. I think I'll take a bit of extra regen. JJ, I'd really like to get these slates upgraded.
A friend. I mean, a customer.
Potion distillery, boiling flask. Really not what I'm looking for, my friend. Frost totem. Freeze an item for 0.5 seconds. When you use an adjacent relic, charge this 1 second. Buy 4 freeze items, buy 4 relics. It's interesting, but I'm not sure it's what I really want to go for.
Another step forward on my path.
Alrighty then. Ryokan teaches weapon skills. That's pretty useless. Teaches haste and charge skills. That sounds appealing, but the thing about the haste and charge skills teacher, as well as similar ones, like, I'm never sure if the skills are, like, triggered on using haste, or if I do something, I'll trigger haste. You know what I mean? So it's always kind of a tough sell. Zosima teaches skills unique to Mak. Generally, the hero-specific options are pretty good, so I guess we'll go for this.
Immortality has been interesting, but there are nobler goals to pursue.
Certainly. Thoisty, the first time 4 times uses a potion, gain 10 regen. Start of each day, get a potion. First 5 times an enemy uses an item each fight, poison 5. None of which I'm really looking for. Explosive potions. Stocked. Rapid relief. While your enemy has more health than you, your heal and regen items cooldowns are reduced by 10%. That's pretty good. With 3,700 health, that's probably going to be active most of the time.
There are many alchemists in the Bazaar, but few have learned the art of long life.
I mean, this is the only good choice, frankly, so I believe I shall take it.
The Bazaar is no ordinary city. There are secrets beneath our feet.
Right, so what do I want to do from here? Boss Harrow, Trash Titan, Awaken Primordial. I don't think you have anything to offer me drop-wise, so why not take a chance on fighting Cthulhu? What could go wrong? Probably a lot, if I had to imagine. Ow. Oh. That went well.
I seek the ultimate power. I have no time for you.
What a thing to say to Cthulhu. Wake-up call. When you use a small item, haste a burn, poison, or freeze item. I mean, that would technically be good, but we only have 1 item that would trigger that. Not really sure I really want anything he's offering besides that skill. Well, Slumbering Primordial. Cthulhu has joined my side. When you poison, freeze, or burn, charge this 1 second, and this gains 25 damage. I'm doing a lot of all 3 of those things. Is that the move? I'm not sure I would take off Frozen Flame for that. I don't think Igloo's ever coming back. Well, we'll just get rid of that. Interesting. Very interesting. But realistically, my blank slates just aren't that fast, so I don't know. Every 6 seconds I would be shaving 1 second off of this. I'm not sure the numbers work out for that. I think burn is definitely better for me in this case. I'm not sure where to go from here, so why don't we transform Cthulhu?
You say objective fact. I say one person's daydream.
See what we get.
Change it? Me. It was already like that.
That is certainly not really what I was looking for. However, this. Burning Caldera. Enchant an item with burn effects. That could be very nice indeed. Frozen Flame. I'm assuming this will either double the burn it gains or double the burn it has, which I think mathematically might be the exact same thing. However, I believe that is almost certainly the right call. Double effectiveness on this. And also just the inanity of fiery Frozen Flame. Okay. Okay, so that just made this twice as good, and it was already pretty good, so... Let's see what Min can stop me from my silver victory. Very well could. I don't really feel like this run is that powerful. It's working, but I don't know.
Me. It makes this more fun.
Our skill is working out for us here because she has more health. Ow, that hurt.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
It's working. I think you had a pretty good build going on, too. The Cauterizing Blade. That is a pretty scary item when you get it going, and you seem to have a lot of stuff to help it get going. For sure. Not sure you have these in the right order, but I'm not entirely certain. Maybe. I don't know. You've probably thought about it more than I have. But yeah, when you haste, this gains 10 damage and 2 burn. You can scale this out of control and just smack people down. But unfortunately, burn. I burn brighter. Alright, so this is going reasonably well. Artisanal Dunes. Potions. I think we'll go to the Artisanal Dunes. The craftsman at the Artisanal Dunes offers a variety of ways to enchants your offensive items. Is that a typo? Or is enchants a word? I don't feel like it's a word. Okay, poison items gain 1 poison, burn items gain 1 burn. This is... Find a better craftsman. Double the effects of the artisanal's options. This is very expensive for what it is, but I don't know, you know. Extra burn never killed anybody. Except my enemies. Pearl's dig site. Dig for a free item. I feel like I'm not really that into items at this point. At least not small items or random items. I think I'll take the health. Void Golem. You are scary. But I might have a chance against you. If I recall correctly, Void Golem is all about punishing you for having a lot of items activating. The thing is, we don't really activate items all that often. We just kind of set you on fire and go from there. So you... Let's roll the dice, shall we? The hell is that? Destroy an enemy item for the fight. Well, that will just potentially just ruin me. Well, that was unfortunate. Didn't matter, though. It's working.
Disgusting creatures.
It's working. Caltrops. When an enemy uses an item, deal 1 damage. This thing is disgusting against... Like, if this is going up against someone who is using a lot of, like, rapid item activations, they will just kill themselves in seconds. It's disgusting.
After all these centuries, there is still more to learn.
Okay, gold tier item, gold tier loot, gold tier potion, just give me loot. Vial of blood. When you sell this, gain 2 XP. Nothing wrong with that. Might even get an extra level up this day. Should certainly give me an advantage in the fight. Okay. Bazaar Con, I think, is the deal. Let's get a diamond tier item, because if anything else, I could sell it for a lot of gold. Volcanic Vents. Cooldown of 7. Multicast Burn. There is a case to be made for this, but I'm not sure it's better than blank slates. Something to transform, at least. Middle sells medium items. I got a lot of medium items I would love to upgrade. Well, 2.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right
What
for
you
you.
got? Scales? No. Mirror. Transform into a copy of the medium non-legendary item to the left of this for the fights. That could be something, but I'm not sold necessarily. I'd really like to upgrade my blank slates though. And I will not be doing that. Alright, fine.
Leave it behind. Someone else finds it. It all works out.
Sabzi. Oh, a fellow alchemist duly. Let us test your hypotheses.
You remind me of someone I fought last century.
Armor. That might be bad news for me. You look like you're going for trying to outlast me. We'll see how that works out for you. Yeah. I don't know. No. Not the play, I'm afraid. Indeed. That was quite a... My god, I healed myself for 2,000. Yeah. If we're burning through... I'm pretty sure this build is just trying to go for outright outlasting, but if my burn is getting through that shield, and I haven't mentioned it yet, but burn does half damage to shield health. If I'm burning through a pure shield build, I feel like I'm in a pretty good position.
With each new discovery,
I'm gonna get a level up.
the formula of life is revealed.
Right. Teaches gold tier skills or upgrade an item. I really want to get these slates upgraded.
I don't boast for myself. I boast for some masker.
Although, how much... Do these get any better? Okay, turbo excavation tools. Charge an adjacent relic 3 seconds. What does... Does this improve at all? The tooltips aren't seeming to say it improves anything. Huh. That'd be very weird. I would assume... What I would assume this would upgrade is it charges more when I use an adjacent relic, but... It's not saying that, and the turbo excavation tool says it upgrades that. Do these just not upgrade to anything? Well, I think I gotta go to excavation tools, because that shaves off half the cooldown.
Tightened, tempered, oiled, and tuned.
Very odd. You know, I'm kind of thinking about it, and realistically, I'm not sure blank slates are even, like, providing that much value. You'd probably get more value out of something that just burns faster than these. But, if we want to replace it with something better, we have to get something better, so, you know. Mandala. Transform your items into something new. Considering we have diamond items we can transform, I think you're worth checking out, even though I do have plenty of gold to sell at middle. But,
There's no one keeping
Mandel
track
is more
of
fun.
reality. You know? We're all far too busy.
Let's see what this becomes.
I bet you could have sworn that was something else.
At the start of each day, get a catalyst. Your catalysts have +3 value. I think I'll just sell this, and if I'm going to sell it, it makes sense to sell it at Midsworth. Do that. Do you have anything else I care about? Earrings. When you haste or slow, charge this 1 second. I just feel like there's nothing I want to replace. Even though this is good in theory, it helps protect against one-shot builds or crit builds.
I didn't want to sell that anyway.
Alright, Master Alchemist, Test Subject Alpha, or Rex Specs. I feel like fighting a dinosaur. Your opponent has more items than you. Destroy an item. I don't think I do.
Man or beast? Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Man, as much as this build is working, it just doesn't feel very exciting, you know? Dinosaur. That's a fun name. This item's cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds if you have at least 3 other dinosaurs, tools, or relics. Well, I have that. So, wait a minute, hold on. Does this just... No, it just goes off every 3 seconds. That's... If I could enchant this with burning, this might be worth playing? Because I think it would just be a better excavation tools. Because it would be contributing to Fiery Frozen Flames scaling. Okay, we'll definitely hold on to that. Because there's some potential there. But yeah, this run's kind of boring, because I can't really think of anything to improve at this point.
Not war.
I'm sure there's plenty of such to do, but... I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if the fact I'm not finding any blank slates is just the indication that these don't really upgrade into anything. Peace Fraught. Gain 4 regen for the fight. When you visit a merchant, destroy the item to the left of this to increase this item's regen by its value. I don't think that's the play. Eternal Torch. I still wonder if maybe this is worth bringing out. Because, you know, this goes... I wonder. I mean, this... well, this is freezing. Right. Okay, this scales when you freeze. Okay, I got it in my head that this scaled when you burn. No, this scales with freeze. Right, so the blank slates are definitely the right way to go.
I feel like you're not being fully present with me.
Okay, Artisanal Dunes. I think we'll upgrade our burn again. Nothing wrong with that. Augustus Ad, or Augustus Ad. That's a great pig name. That feels like an actual, like, what one of these guys would be named.
Why must we do this? Death laughs at us both.
I should warn you, I'm not like other Jabonians.
You also burn, it would seem, and you burn quite a lot. I am a little scared, especially since you have that shield. Am I going to die? It's entirely possible. Well, I'm burning down the shield, so actually your spiky shield here deal damage equal to your shield isn't doing much, and also I melted you.
I guess motivation isn't everything.
Alright, on the cusp of a gold victory.
Closer and closer. I can hear my sister's laughter.
Alright, Vermeer teaches crit skills. Zara, haste and charge skills. Adira teaches diamond tier skills. Why not?
I did not seek this power for my own gain, you know. I seek it to share it.
Honed Arsenal. Weapons have +6 crit chance per weapon. That's useless. First time you use an item each fight, haste 3 burn items for 2 seconds. That's worth considering. Thoisty, but I don't know. I feel like I do plenty of damage quickly enough that this just doesn't really matter. Ooh, what is this? Potent Potables. Potion scaling. Conflagration. When you use an item with burn, that item gains 3 burn. Okay, that's actually like kind of amazing. Large Appetites. If you have 5 or fewer items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have plus 2,000 max health. Now that is interesting. That is interesting. But I do get value out of having less health than my enemy. So I don't know. I like Conflagration just because, like, I have this, which scales off my item's burn. But Large Appetites might be the play. That extra health, because I don't really have any other defense than my raw health, and honestly, I'm not generating that much regen. A proper regen build would have regen in like the thousands. I think Large Appetites is the way to go.
I doubted a non-Sphinxian could learn that. Impressive.
Alright, potentially the final day. Goldie, non-weapon item. Forja, upgrade an item.
That's a fine piece. But it can be better.
Can it? Because I'm not sure. Based on what I'm seeing, this doesn't really upgrade into anything, but I guess this is how we'll find out if that's the case.
The fire softens before it strikes.
Oh, it just gets more burn and poison and such. That makes sense. Okay. I really have no need for anything, really, so I guess I'll just
Reward
go to the
the
shop.
peaceful, punish the warful.
Poison equal to your regen. The first time you would be defeated each fight, heal 1 and take no damage for 1 second. That is the ultimate, like, fuck you if you ever die to this. Okay. Poppy Field. Does nothing for me. Secret Formula. Gain 5 regen for the fight. The burn item to the left of this gains burn equal to your regen. We're not doing regen. We're just not built for regen.
You're not ready to accept the light. And that's okay.
Vulcan Experiment, Lord of the Waste, Gibbous. What a fancy-looking gentleman he is. Let's try my luck.
You will not strip the moon of her treasures. Be gone.
Apparently, he's from the moon. I did not know that. I have no idea what his board is doing. I think we're past the point of
We
being
only
able to-
want peace. Why must you trouble us?
Okay, well, I conquered the moon. What does your build do? Weather Machine. 3 items start flying. Freeze an item on each player's board for 2 seconds. Slow all items for 2 seconds. Okay. When you burn... I fought this guy before, and he absolutely annihilated me, but I'm not really seeing what he has that does it. Well, okay, actually I do see what he's got going on. So he slows everything, so that just makes this go off like 100 times, I guess. So that's interesting. Moon Orb. When one of your enemy items is hasted, slow it for 1 second. When one of your items is slowed, haste it for a second. Interesting. What's that skill? Wax and Wane. The first time you use a large item each fight, slow all items. So yeah, okay, that's what he's got going on. Basically, he's triggering all kinds of slow and just making this go off, just scale to insane amounts of burn. So that's interesting. Very interesting. Oh, and got the skill. It's definitely useful. Okay, study, gain 2 XP. Seems like the move. Why not start with some health? Shield for my PvP fight?
The
Final
Bazaar
fight?
has many secrets. I will uncover them all.
I don't think we'll be changing any of the items, so give me a loot item, please. Cooldown reduction. That is certainly something I'm happy to see. In fact, I think I'll put it on this, because this will help blank slates get going. Made a bit of a difference. But, yeah, maybe I should have put that on Restorative Fireclaw. I don't know. We'll find out. Paquito! You are all that stands between myself and victory. Have at thee.
I will fight you, but only so that I can study you.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Well, we're not on Pelago anymore, Missy. Okay, I don't think your build works against me. Yeah, I don't think you have what you need. You were hoping I was doing something else, I think. I'm getting slowed, though. Let's not be too hasty. I'm out burning you. This might be close.
Like my crew says at the bar, another round!
All right.
Even Zosima will have to admit, that was good.
Hell yeah! Gold victory. Pretty okay build. I wouldn't say this is super interesting, but, you know, it worked. I mean, we have 2 blank slates. It's fun that we have that going on. It's always fun when you get a clone item build going. But yeah, that worked out really well. I'd say Large Appetites was definitely the right move, because we might have lost that fight without the extra health. Get a bunch of boxes. If I have 10, I guess I could open some with the big fancy thing. Rank up to gold 4, whatever. Oh, really? Oh, I was too good. I was too good. If I just took a little longer, I could have completed this 3rd daily challenge in one run. What a shame. Okay, well, what is this prize pass thing? Okay. Well, I guess I gotta open some boxes, because I got 10, and we can do the big fancy thing where it goes like all of them at once. Shunk. A bunch of Mac stuff. Oddly appropriate. Alright, so thank you for watching, viewer. This has been the Bazaar. It's been a game I've been enjoying a lot. If you enjoyed watching, thank you, and I might post more. These videos do kind of run a little long, but, you know, that's just kind of the nature of the game. But, thank you for watching. Ooh, I really like this purple rug over here. Even though you can barely see these in-game. That looks very nice, actually. Anyway, I'm going to be going now. I'm really hungry. Bye.